John D. Voelker, also known as Robert Traver, wrote this amazing book, came out in 1958, called Anatomy of a Murder. He wrote this off of a true story. Actually happened in a place I very like. I like it a lot. Up in the peninsula of Michigan, near Marquette. That's where this book takes place. And the reason for that is because, well, he lived there. He was born there. He loved it. He was born there in June 29th, 1903, in Ishpeming, Michigan, which is just west of Marquette. Marquette is the biggest town in the peninsula of Michigan, with about 18,000 people. In 1922, he went to Northern Michigan University. He studied law and all that stuff there. He wanted to become a lawyer, attorney, you know. But he moved to Chicago in 1930. He met his wife, Grace, and he told her one day that it was better to starve in Ishpeming than wear emeralds in Chicago. Well, he only lived there for 3 years, so it must have been true what he said. It is true. He loved fly fishing. He fished 5 to 6 times a week for 20 years. He loved it. It was his life. He even wrote books on it, too. It's not the only book he wrote. He was even introduced into the National Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame. So he must have been a good fisher, too. His pen name is Robert Traver. He doesn't go by his full name. Can't find out why. Marquette County prosecuting attorney. He had that position from 1935 to 1950, so for a good amount of time. Then he was in the Justice of the Michigan Supreme Court. He was the Justice of the Michigan Supreme Court from 1956 to 1960. So only 4 years. He wrote the book Anatomy of a Murder. That was a real event about an army lieutenant that killed this guy that accused of raping his wife. And but then at the same time he got proven innocent because he used the case that he was mentally ill. Anatomy of a Murder was turned into a movie in 1959 and was claimed to be one of the best trial movies ever by critical acclaimers, what I want to call him. So he had a good life. He was a nice guy. Fortunately, he died in Marquette, Michigan on March 18th, 1991, on his way home from after fishing. So he died after doing the thing he loved. So he was a nice guy. He died at the age of 87. Honestly, I recommend this book. It's not the easiest book to read. Definitely not for someone who does not like to read. Surprised I even got through some of the book. I'm not gonna talk about that. But also made a movie back in 1959. If you like old movies, I recommend it. Like I said, he's a nice guy. Northern Michigan University, nice university. I've never been there, but yeah, that's really it. John D. Voelker, great author.